Hey guys, I don't know what's going on. Smallgate just posts everything at random times. So here's an update preview that we have for Ancient Inheritance. It was kind of already leaked a little bit, and I know I did a little bit of a deep dive into the things that were data mined a couple weeks or about a week ago now at this point. But now we have the official, I guess, announcement or update preview, which is really cool. Let's just kind of dive in or jump into, I guess, the things that they've shown. Uh, Obviously, this is for Ancient Inheritance. They apologize for the delay. I guess it was supposed to be in the Mirror Mill, but that's fine, whatever. The first thing that they announced is the element level system change, which now there's no more classes, which is cool. And so I guess like the idea now that they're changing, or the thing that they're trying to change now, is instead of having class EXP and kind of just instead of everyone kind of ignoring beating up monsters and stuff, now you have to fight the monsters. Previously you kind of were forced to I guess like just immediately run to like the bosses on each side, and then you took like the pipe and stuff like that, so you got more exploration EXP. But primarily all you would really be doing is that, assuming you're not behind, you would just be fighting the bosses, and then or you would fight like the side bosses, unlock like the main boss in the center or the warden, and then you would proceed to the next stage. But now there's a bit more of a, I guess like a shift in like the paradigm or the focus of Ancient Inheritance. Now what you have to do is basically fight against a bunch of mobs. And the idea behind it now is that the bosses and the wardens like are not initially on the floor. You have to beat up the monsters that are on the floor in order to not only summon the boss, but also to gain like these keys and stuff that they've basically shown up, or they've basically described. Before we get to that though, there are like new relics that they've added. These are really cool. Mobility range is increased by 1 cell. Kind of cool. This new like snake head figurine that they have, it increases Tundra's blessing. So like this is I guess just more damage focused. Whether or not this will actually make enough of a difference or much of a difference, I'm not sure. We don't really know what the mobs are going to be that we fight, but generally speaking, if you guys have ever done any fights with the mobs in general, you know that it's basically pick a really bulky character and then just let it solo. That being said though, I think it is really interesting to shift from basically a bunch of drones and bots just running towards like the wardens on each side, or like the elite mobs on each side, and then coming to the middle and beating the warden boss for the level. But I guess rotating back, we do have again like the treasure chests and exchange rewards. So as you can see now, what you need is a key in order to open these, and as it is described, you get a key from either leveling up or from fighting mobs. A little bit more interactive in my opinion. It does make you kind of actually have to play the game a little bit more, or play play a bit more combat focus in the game. It's not just everyone kind of counting tiles or counting EXP, and then kind of having to like min-max everything in such a way that you end up like, it's essentially like the most like non-interactive form of PvE that I've ever seen, especially if you've ever seen like a lot of interactive Ancient Inheritance guides. It's pretty much just beat boss, beat warden, teleport, beat boss, beat warden, teleport, and you like basically are taking statue after statue after statue, and you don't really care about anything except for those. But now you get to fight bosses, or now you get to fight mobs on the ground, which is again a little bit more cool. You get to really experience what like a 900,000 CP like Hua Young or something like that will look like. And furthermore, they've, I guess, like now released like what the rewards are going to be. Again, in the former data mine, or like the leak that we had seen for the game, we saw that there were these new items that were available. They look cool. Again, like the actual items themselves look spectacular. I really like the idea behind, I guess, like jagged-y kind of item designs, but I get it, that doesn't really matter too much. We don't know what the actual stats on the gear is, but if it's anything like the old Ancient Inheritance stuff, it's probably at the very minimum usable and upgradable. They are 88 pieces of gear, and again, 2 are speed set and 1 is HP, so at the very minimum, you'll probably use these pieces either on your Soul Weavers or for your PvE units. But again, just a nod in the right direction again, because we don't have some like weird 78 gear. I do want to preface, Smallgate releasing 78 gear makes absolutely no sense to me. But let's just scroll back up for a second because again, there are like a couple of things that there are a couple things that are just kind of spread out throughout like the floor and the grounds. Again, like you see some of the mobs, but there's also like new things, new personal objects. I don't know if personal object means that it's specific to you. Again, I'm just kind of like, I've kind of just perused through this. If this is specifically for you, that would be cool. And in all honesty, I get the idea behind Ancient Inheritance is supposed to be that like you are like methodical and strategic and how like you approach the floor, and it's supposed to be like an expedition in a sense. However, I think having people like yoink statues and tents and stuff, and you know, if you're late, essentially you don't get to play the game that much. Like, I think that is kind of lame in my opinion. I don't like the idea of like people being, you know, reward or punished basically because they decide to play at like in a later hour than other people. The statue increased level thing I think was also kind of lame because you would just have someone that would like yoink all of like the max level warrior statues, and then all you had were like the thief or mage ones, which is like honestly like no one is playing thief or mage. But with the new element change, that should be fine. And again, just kind of previewing some of the designs of the bosses. These look pretty decent. It looks like, again, just based off of this, just based off of this, we have a preview of like what the designs will look like. There's a new UI, I guess, for like what relics you have. There's like your base level over here, your element level. These are all, again, really cool. Nothing too much has changed, I think. But again, if you're curious about how to summon the boss, it looks like, especially right here, you need to collect Ancient Dragon's Rage so that, again, the bosses will summon. I'm assuming you get the Ancient Dragon's Rage just from beating up, like, mobs on the ground, but that's fine. Just kind of looking through again, I don't think there's anything super different about the way the Ancient Inheritance has been run. They did a little bit of a revamp, and alongside the other things that they announced in the animation the animation train and the, I guess, the Maroon Mail, a lot of things are coming to EpicSeven. However, I do feel kind of obligated to mention that it feels like we waited a long time for, like, you know, the draft and this, which is cool, but I am hopeful that as we pull on into 2024, we have a bit more stuff, a bit more exciting things coming. Mainly, in my opinion, I'm kind of hopeful for a collab or something like that. A lot of people, I think, have been waiting for a collaboration announcement, and just in truth, and I'll probably be mentioning this at the beginning or the start of every single video from here on out. It's 2024, and the last time we got a collaboration was at the end, I believe, of 2023. So I'm not really sure what's going on, and I'm not talking about collab reruns. I mean like a whole dedicated new collaboration. I've been hypothesizing on stream that like maybe Smilegate doesn't want to have to do anything with collabs, or doesn't want to have to do anything with other IPs because of how maybe like the Espa collab ran or was treated or was received. But that's kind of ridiculous because I think collabs do the best when it comes to EpicSeven. And hopefully we get something new, maybe, I don't know, an Overlord collab or, you know, another anime collab. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this video. This is Ancient Inheritance. I think it looks great. It looks revamped. Hopefully the rewards for this time around aren't that. Hopefully it's not something weird like ER and F on the same piece, but even those pieces are technically usable. Anyways, though, guys, I think it looks great. Hopefully they address the fact, or they address some of the old issues with Ancient Inheritance. For me personally, I just don't like the idea of being punished for playing later rather than early. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed or learned something. If you did, make sure to like, turn on the notification bell, subscribe. Let me know what you think about Ancient Inheritance. Again, I think it's pretty cool. I'm excited for it, and I love the free rewards. I'll see you guys on the next one, though. Make sure to check out the rest of my socials and platforms. Stream on YouTube and Discord. Stream on YouTube and Twitch. As always, I'll see you on the next one, though. Adios.